Bob Dylan covers. Hi, welcome to Garage Geek. All the World's a Stage is having a contest where you need to show 3 Bob Dylan covers. And as a bonus, since his mom and Bob Dylan share the same birthday, you can add something about your mother, especially today since it is Mother's Day. Initially, I wanted to show that Bob Dylan has spread throughout culture so much that even classic crooners cover his songs. But I went to Barbra Streisand, Johnny Mathis, Frank Sinatra, and I know Frank Sinatra has covered Dylan, but as I was going through my albums, I couldn't find any, and I gave up on that. So my next thing was I wanted to show some 8-tracks since I haven't done that. So I started going through all my 8-tracks one by one, and I finally found 3. As soon as I saw Joan Baez, I was like, there's got to be at least one Dylan cover on this. And I think there are 2. There's definitely one on Program 4, It Ain't Me, Babe. But also, there's also a song here, Go Away From My Window, which I know Peter, Paul, and Mary cover. But I'm not sure if that's a Dylan song. But anyways, there's definitely one Dylan cover on this Joan Baez number 5.
It ain't me you're looking for, babe.
The next one I was very excited about because I was going through all my 8-tracks and I had already found 2 and I pulled the third one. I was like, yes. And then I realized it was a copy of another one that I already have. This one is The World of Peter Nero. And this is I'll Never Fall in Love Again. Peter Nero plays great love songs of today. I believe they both have the same song, which is Lay Lady Lay, which as I was researching this a little bit, I found out Bob Dylan wrote that for Barbra Streisand. So here we go, The World of Peter Nero. Here it is in the second band, Lay Lady Lay. And then on this one, The World of Peter Nero, I'll Never Fall in Love Again. In band 1, you have Lay Lady Lay. And the third one was the Best of the Kingston's Trio Volumes 1 and 2. Program 4 has Blowin' in the Wind.
Have died. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind.
So there you have it, 3 Dylan covers. I also want to take the time to talk about some comics because Bob Dylan has not only been influential in the music world. The thing that first crossed my mind is when I was young, I devoured Stephen King. And here is a list of Stephen King books that use Bob Dylan lyrics. Now let's look at some comics. So Bob Dylan lyrics have definitely influenced comic book writers as well. So here we go. Here is a Ghost Rider. You can see Ghost Rider here, and there is the Son of Satan, and it's called Wheels on Fire. Here's an early Avengers. I think Gene Colan is the artist. Now, Larry's Library loves Gene Colan art. I do not like Gene Colan art, so we differ on this point. But there you go, classic Avengers, and it's titled, You Don't Need the Weatherman to Know Which Way the Wind Blows. The Vandals Forgot the Handle. So here we have a Herb Trimpe, I believe, or Trimp, I'm not sure. I think it's Trimpe, but could be Trimp. Version of the Hulk, and at the bottom, this caption reads, Something has happened to you, Hulk, but like Bob Dylan's Mr. Jones, you don't know what it is. Here's an issue, the opening page from Superman and Batman, and down here there's a Bob Dylan quote to open the issue. At night, the superhuman crew arrest everyone who knows more than they do. Here's another Superman, and the title of this one is Tangled Up in Green, referencing one of my favorite Dylan songs, Tangled Up in Blue. This comic not only has a reference to Heart, but then there's also a direct Dylan quote. Any man not busy being born is busy dying. Bob Dylan. Here, I believe, is maybe the opening page from an Iron Man. Again, I think this might be Gene Colan, and I actually really like that one. So I'll give that one to you, Larry's Library. If that's Gene Colan, I actually really like that one. And right here, Bob Dylan likes to sing about new mornings. That was his religious phase, right? Okay, this one is the best. Here we go. A Night to Remember. Like, look at these two. I have to read this to you. I have to. So, oh mama, can this really be the end? To be stuck inside of Mobile with the Memphis Blues again? I think Bob Dylan's the grooviest. His songs not only have a great beat, they have a real message. I couldn't agree more, Mill. Even though it's sometimes difficult to understand him, but look how they are rocking to that song. So now I want to show 3 or 4, I'm supposed to only show 3, but I'm going to show 4, that are literal Dylan covers of comics. So literal covers. So here we have an issue of Rock and Roll. Here's another cover of Rock and Roll comic. That one's very pretty. I wouldn't mind having that one. This is a British romance comic, and Bob Dylan is featured on it. And finally, this is an homage to a Bob Dylan poster on the cover of a comic. Well, in this video, I'm going to show a picture of my mom and dad. Old picture with one of my siblings asleep on the couch. And we'll end this with this song.
Look so dark.
Man, they said we better accent.
I want to thank you for your support.